Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. You are watching Namibia Connects here on NBC. In the inaugural IJG Annual Public Enterprise Governance Ranking 2026, the Namibian Ports Authority was named one of Namibia's top 3 best governed commercial public enterprises. The ranking highlights transparency, accountability, and the performance in state-owned companies. We are now joined on the line by Mr. Elias Mwenyo, who is the CEO of the Namibian Ports Authority. Mr. Elias, thank you so much for joining us here on Namibia Connects.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning. It's still morning.
Just for correction, I'm not the CEO, I'm the executive commercial at Namport.
All right, we do apologize for that. Now, Mr. Elias, what criteria did IJG use to rank public enterprises, and what specifically stood out about Namport to be put in the top 3?
Okay. IJG assessed all commercial public enterprises over a rolling 5-year period from 2021 to 2025, using actually four criteria. The consistent publication of the annual reports, profitability, reliance on transfer from the fiscus, and the CEO stability. So Namport scored 19 out of 20, placing us second overall and among the top 3 alongside MTC and other high performers. What stood out for Namport specifically was a full house on transparency and leadership continuity. We have published annual reports every single year, maintained CEO stability throughout the period, and required no transfers from the fiscus at all. So we through the period, we did not expect any money from government. So the only area where we did not secure the full marks was on profitability, and even there, we were close to a clean sweep, having increased our profits multifold from the year 2022.
Can you give us examples of how better governance at Namport has improved operations over the last year?
Sorry?
Can you give us examples of how better governance at Namport has improved operations over the last year?
Yes, a fundamental pillar to the importance of government in improving Namport's operations has been the consistent and robust integrated strategic business plans, which have been formulated under the direction of the Namport Board of Directors and approved by the shareholder and steered the direction of business over the years. So the continuous positive financial and operational performance of Namport hinges on this strong governance and certainty of direction. Now, an example of the good governance and initiative have been the pioneering 25-year partnership entered into with Terminal Investment Limited, a subsidiary of MSC, with the head office in Switzerland, to manage and operate the new container terminal from the 1st November 2024. Now, an agreement of this scale and duration requires rigorous governance, due diligence, and long-term financial planning. And its conclusion is a direct product of institutional discipline we have built. On the financial side, our profitability have grown substantially from a modest operating profit of 96 million in the financial year 2021 to a profit of 793 million in financial year 2025, reflecting sound financial management and strategic execution, and the business strongly progressing towards entrenching sustainability.
Now, how has the board and management worked to improve transparency, risk management, and accountability?
Namport has maintained an unbroken record of publishing timely, audited annual reports throughout the period under review, the 5 periods, which is one of the clearest indicators of transparency and accountability to our stakeholders. Leadership continuity has also played a significant role. Stability at the CEO level over this period has allowed governance systems, risk frameworks, and strategic plans to be implemented consistently rather than disrupted by frequent changes. The board and management continues to work closely together to ensure that decision-making, financial reporting, and risk oversight meets the standard expected of a state-owned enterprise of Namport scale. Now, further and most importantly is the implementation of the integrated strategic business plan. In addition, management have consistently over the years communicated on all aspects of businesses to our customers, to our employees and stakeholders throughout periodic forums where details on this business are openly shared. So transparency is key on our side.
Now, of course, Mr. Elias, with every success story, there are some challenges. Speak to us about how Namport overcame challenges to reach this level.
Surely, like several state-owned enterprises, Namport had to navigate the operational and financial disruption caused by COVID-19 pandemic and the resultant financial challenges, especially for the financial year 2021, where we recorded a loss with financial resources at all-time low. So beyond that, aggressive marketing and business development and cost rationalization drive and restructuring and pursuing a concluding partnership of a scale and complexity of the TIL-MSC agreement that I spoke about. We have also now partnered with companies such as Reload, Manica, Greenroad, Pendulo at the Port of Walvis Bay, also with Tradeport at the Port of Lutretz. So such negotiation requires, or such partnerships require sustained negotiation and governance. So Namport has also had the balance, or had to balance the demand of rapid growth in new sectors such as offshore, oil and gas, clean hydrogen, with the discipline required to maintain sound financial management throughout.
Now, for an average Namibian, why should they care if Namport is well managed or well governed? How does it affect the port fees, turnaround times, or prices in shops?
Well, good governance at Namport translates directly into efficiency and cost stability for the Namibian economy. A well-governed port is a more efficient port, faster vessel turnaround times, more reliable cargo handling, and fewer unplanned disruption. Now, because of the vast majority of Namibia's imports and exports moving through our ports, these efficiencies have direct bearing on the cost of goods on supermarket shelves and the competitiveness of the Namibian businesses that rely on imported inputs or export markets. So sound governance also means that Namport does not require bailouts from the fiscus, which means taxpayer money is not being diverted to cover losses at the port, but rather Namport is contributing to the economy through its own operation and growth. Suffice to say, a well-governed Namport significantly and positively contributes towards a huge ecosystem of industries which leverage the port for their own operation directly or indirectly.
Now, how does this ranking position Walvis Bay and Lüderitz as competitive trade hubs in the SADC region?
Yeah, this ranking reinforces the message we have long conveyed to investors and trade partners that Namibian ports are managed with stability, transparency, and financial discipline required of a serious regional logistic hub. In a region where reliability of governance is often as important to investors as physical infrastructure, this independent recognition strengthens confidence in Walvis Bay and Lüderitz as trustworthy, well-run gateways for SADC trade, particularly for land-linked neighbors that are dependent on efficient corridors that provide that access to the sea.
Lastly, Mr. Elias, what message does this send to other commercial public enterprises in Namibia about the standard they should be aiming for?
Well, it demonstrates that a public enterprise can be both a public asset and a well-run, self-sustaining commercial entity. Now, Namport have shown that consistency in reporting, stability in leadership, and financial discipline are achievable and sustainable over time without needing to rely on the fiscus. We hope that this ranking encourages other public enterprises to view strong governance not as a compliance exercise, but as a foundation for long-term commercial success and public trust. It also encourages us to keep our foot on the pedal so that we keep flying the flag high and good example to our sister public enterprises.
Well, Mr. Elias, thank you so much for taking time this morning to be with us, and congratulations to the entire Namport Authority.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that was one of the executives at Namport, Mr. Elias Mwenyo, speaking to us about the Namibian Ports Authority that was named one of Namibia's top 3 best governed commercial public enterprises.